up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Kayla Lashae, and today I figured I would just pop in with an update because new year, new me, new goals. Well, same goals, but just changing things up a little bit. And I kind of wanted to focus this video on how to start a bulk if you guys are looking for just information and someone's actual experience doing it and things that, you know, I wish I did differently because I'm starting all over. I got sick literally the beginning of 2021. I don't even know what year, what day it is today, but January 2nd, I had a horrible allergic reaction to dairy, and with that, my appetite was trash. I felt like trash. My skin looked like trash, still kind of does. So I weighed myself, I did my measurements over, and I basically lost all of my gains for the most part. I am at 127.2, which is where I started in summertime after coming off of a cut. I just decided back in August I wanted to, you know, put on some weight, get a little bit of a booty, but still keep a snatched waist. My waist is really snatched. If you guys care, I feel like it doesn't really matter my measurements because yours are going to be different. My hips are 36 and my thighs are 22 on each side. So that's where I'm starting right now. So basically back in summer, I decided that I wanted to start a bulk. I wanted to put on some weight. So the things that I did to do this is I had to start out by weighing myself, measuring myself, so I had a starting point, right? And if you are also trying to do a bulk and maybe you don't understand how much you should be eating every single day, you don't really know anything about bulking, maybe you're just watching videos on YouTube and you see someone mention that they're eating a certain amount of calories, and then you too decide, well, if they're eating that many calories, I'm gonna eat the same amount of calories. That is what you don't want to do. You need to figure out your own macros, which is why I don't really talk about my own numbers and my weight and all of that stuff too much, because I feel like people take that and they run with it and then they start applying it to their own journey, when in reality, we are two different body types. So I highly encourage you guys to hop on Google, type in macro calculator. This is gonna pop up with a bunch of different options for you to plug in your own information. Things like your gender, you're gonna put in your height, you're gonna put in your weight, you're gonna put in how much you work out, like what is your activity level like during a week at a time, and then your own goals. So do you wanna start putting on weight, you know, half a pound a week, or do you want to do a pound a week? Everything is just going to be specific to you, which is the first thing when it comes to starting a bulk, is you have to find your own macros. So once you get that information, you can kind of put in your own eating style. Everyone eats a little bit differently. You can have like a low carb diet, you can have a high protein diet, you can eat a balanced diet, which is what I do. I eat a very balanced diet, and the rule of thumb here is to apply your weight to the amount of protein in grams. So let's say I weigh 127, then I would have a goal to eat at least 127 grams of protein. The thing about bulking is you want to eat enough food. Don't be afraid to eat. And I will say that when I first started to bulk, I was kind of nervous because I didn't want to just put on a bunch of weight and get fat and not have the body that I wanted. I was kind of afraid to eat a little bit more, and I think it's a bad thing to kind of associate with bulking, because no matter what, if you're working out hard in the gym, you're eating the right foods, you're not going to put on unhealthy weight. And that's what I've learned throughout this like 4 or 5 month period. And I would highly recommend starting out slow. So if you want to gain weight and you're bulking, what you need to do is you need to eat in a surplus, meaning you need to eat more calories a day than what you're burning off on your daily activities, like going to work and then your workouts in the mix. So I highly recommend keeping account with your macros with like MyFitnessPal. There are other apps that you can use, but that's what I'm used to using. And you can then plug in your own macros, how much protein you're supposed to eat, how much carbs, and how much fat, your weight, your goals into that app. So every day you know exactly how much of what you need to be eating. And what's cool too is with MyFitnessPal, that's the only app I've used for macro calculator, but it links up to my Apple Watch. So whenever I do my workouts, it'll knock off my burned calories for that day, so I know exactly what's going on, you know, how hard am I working, how much food am I eating, how many calories do I have left over for the day, what else I need to eat for that day, you know, do I need to have more protein for this meal, do I need to cut my fats down a little bit for this meal. It's just a really great way to start. And if you're trying to start for the first time, you don't know what's going on, that is something I highly recommend. You need to start tracking your food. Get you a food scale. I'll link below some of my favorite fitness recommendations on my Amazon page. So weigh your food out. It's gonna take time for you to kind of adjust to this new lifestyle, and I wouldn't think of it as a diet. Don't think of this as a diet. Think of it as just a new lifestyle change, and I think it'll take a lot of pressure off for you. And at the end of the day, you should feel good. You should have a goal set for yourself so that you know what you're working towards. That way you're waking up in the morning, you're inspired to go to your workout, you're inspired to eat and cook a healthy meal at home, you're excited for the progress. Take your progress photos too right when you start this, so you can kind of see what's going on every day. How is your body adjusting to eating more calories? And I'll definitely say from experience, I'm happy that I started out slow. Meaning I didn't jump from just eating 1,600 calories when I was cutting to all of a sudden eating 3,000 calories overnight. That is something I do not recommend you guys do, just because it'll shock your body. You're gonna get tired from eating so much food. You might get a little bit bloated, a little gassy at first. So I think going slow, especially if this is your first time doing a bulk, to kind of adjust to eating more calories and then gradually increase your calories over time. That's what I did when I first started out my bulk. I took my recommended macros and I played around with it a little bit. I monitored how I felt. Start with your maintenance calories and then increase it by 200 calories. That's what I did when I first started out. And then I slowly started adding another 100, 200 calories to that. Now, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I did not weigh myself at all during my bulk. I feel like for me personally, I don't want to define my body based on a scale. And obviously I knew when I was gonna bulk, I'm gonna put on some weight, but I didn't want to make that mess up my mental in a sense like, oh my God, I don't want to be in this number bracket. Let me stop this bulk. When in reality, I was actually kind of recomping my body. I started to see my glutes grow while also keeping my waist snatched. My legs grew a lot during this period as well. So I was just kind of monitoring my progress by looking at myself in the mirror, kind of doing some poses, seeing what was changing, seeing how I was feeling. I think that's the most important thing. And I don't really recommend you step on a scale every day. Oh, don't do that. Or even every week. Just measure yourself when you start this thing, and then however long you want to bulk, 4 months, 6 months, whatever, weigh yourself again if you want to go ahead and do some adjustments and see if maybe you need to go in and up your calories a little bit more. Are you seeing enough gains come through that you want to see? But I also don't recommend that you guys start from eating, you know, your maintenance calories or your cutting calories. Like me, I started at 1,600. I'm not gonna just jump to, ooh, let me go ahead and eat 3,000 calories overnight. That's gonna shock your body. I don't think that is smart. So definitely start out slow and gradually increase to a point where you see some progress coming through. So for me and my new goals for 2021, I'm still bulking, but I'm actually gonna amp things up a little bit. I just recently weighed myself after being sick and kind of having a fresh start, fresh numbers, seeing what I can do differently this time to get the results that I'm looking for. So I'm actually increasing my calories from 2,500, give or take like 2,580 to 3,000 calories. I would say like 3,000 to like 2,900 in that range, just depending on how hard I work out for that day. I just felt like when I started my bulk, I was so new to it, and I do recommend that you guys do your own research and trial and error with your own self, but I felt like, yeah, I was eating more calories and I was going ham in the gym and with my sessions and stuff, that my calories burned, like I was burning so many calories, I just wasn't eating enough. So I wasn't seeing as much progress as I wanted to see. So now I'm at the point where I feel comfortable eating that much food. And from someone who doesn't really have an appetite, let me tell you, it is hard. It is hard to eat 3,000 calories a day, especially healthy calories. I will say I'm guilty of getting fast food and eating a lot of Chipotle, because my Chipotle order is like 1,500 calories and it's really high in protein. It's very delicious. But you know, you want to try to eat good foods, enough of the right foods, again, high protein. That's what you want to have to build lean muscle and not put on, you know, weight of just fat. Obviously you're gonna gain fat with the addition of muscle when you're eating so many calories more than your maintenance. But try to eat healthier options, cook at home, don't be going out all the time. Maybe treat yourself once a week to, you know, eating out. But if you're bulking, honestly, in my mind, it doesn't matter. I track my food anyway, as long as I'm in that calorie bracket. I don't care what the fuck I eat, okay? Every day is a cheat day for me. Like, I just eat the foods that I want to eat and I stay in my range. Now, I will say, as far as macro calculating and tracking every single day, I don't really pay too much attention to grams of fat, carbs, and protein. The only macro I really care about, to be honest, is my protein. If I'm eating enough protein in that day, then I don't really care if I'm under for my carbs or over my fats. I eat over my fats all the time, mostly because I do use healthy fats like avocado oil, olive oil, avocados, coconut. So it's a lot of healthy fats, and my body does really well on a higher fat diet, but that's just me. Everyone is going to be different. So for me, I'm just trying my best to just stick to my calorie range, but I just kind of wanted to make a video on bulking, my experience, what I'm going to be doing differently, what I wish I did from the beginning, and just kind of talk about it. And I didn't get fat, let me just say that. The old me last year in summer thinking, oh, I'd gain all this weight and I'm gonna get fluffy. No, like, I was really able to transform my body and put on the muscle and the gains that I initially wanted to when I set these goals. So I definitely encourage you guys to set your own goals. Everyone's goals are going to be different. This way you have something to actually work towards, instead of just saying generally like, oh, I just want to gain weight. Well, where do you want to gain that weight? This way you can apply your goals to your workouts, and you can start doing more lower body day sessions, or, you know, increasing, you know, your hikes. That's what I like to do for cardio versus just walking all the time. Like, I like doing things that build my legs, like super long incline hikes. That has changed my legs for the better, and all of that stuff. So I just kind of wanted to do an update where I'm at right now, how I got set back, and the things that I'm adjusting. So I'm really excited for this new year and this new goals, but definitely recommend writing down your measurements. And if you know that you're not good with gaining weight, don't weigh yourself every day. I don't do that. It's not healthy for you. And take your pictures. Like I said, when you have your starting photo and you put it next to, you know, 2 months after that, it's just crazy to see the way that your body has transformed and changed and has, you know, adjusted to eating more food for a certain amount of time versus just eating your maintenance. And I know for me, people ask me, well, how do you track? Why do you track? That's not healthy. I beg to differ. For me, tracking has it's transformed my mindset. It's transformed my life in the best way possible, just because if I don't track, I'm not eating. Like, I just don't have much of an appetite. So I noticed I would usually eat around like 1,500 calories a day. That was not enough food for me. And I was working out on top of that. That was just me not being aware, me just eating what I thought was good because I was full. I generally was full. But now when I understand my body actually needs this much food, my body needs this much protein, this many carbs. I love carbs, okay? I was never afraid to eat carbs, but when you understand that food is energy, then it definitely does transform your mindset and makes you understand a lot and makes you more aware of what you're used to eating every day. So I challenge you guys to just track your food for a week, how you would normally eat, just to see, you know, what you're normally gravitating towards. And if you're like me and you undereat just because you don't have an appetite, whew, you're gonna be in for a treat, because it is definitely an adjustment to eating twice as much food essentially in one day. So that's all I really wanted to say in this video, and I hope that it motivated some of you guys to kickstart your own fit journeys and your gains and all of that good stuff, and have fun with it and enjoy the process. So subscribe. I do a lot of videos related to fitness, what I eat in a day, healthy grocery hauls, cooking videos, recipe videos, and I share a ton of this on my Insta stories and my Instagram for, you know, Fitspo and motivation inspo, all that good stuff. So check it out. The links to everything will be down below, to my Amazon as well, for all my fitness favorites. You know, here in LA, the gyms are still closed, and to be honest, I definitely was set back in 2020. I just felt like I could have had much more progress if I had access to my gym downstairs with the cable machines and the Smith machines and all of the weights. You know, But I really did get a lot of quarantine gains just with my at-home workouts, going to the park and picking up some gear here, like a treadmill, some kettlebells, some dumbbells, booty bands, all of that. I really was able to make it work at home. But if you do have access to a gym, good for you. You're gonna be out here killing it. But don't feel like you're set back because of the situation that you're in. You could still get these gains at home with your workouts, and just being disciplined, I would say, is super crucial. I woke up today, I did not want to go to the park, but as soon as I got there, I was super excited to get it in for the day. So you have to be disciplined on top of being motivated. Find things that motivate you, but wake up every day with the mindset of, okay, I'm going to go work out at this time, because you know you're going to do it. Like when you wake up and you just know what you have to do, you do it. You wake up, you know you have to go to work because you do it. You want to get money. Well, apply that to this. Wake up, go to the gym because you want the results. It's that simple. And it really is just, how bad do you want it? I don't really know what else to tell you. People ask me all the time, how do you have the energy to go do a workout? Sometimes I don't, but guess what? I want a big butt, okay? So I'm gonna show up for the day. So that's just all you have to do, is just trick your mind. Love it, enjoy it. Find things that motivate you, supplements, workouts, outfits, YouTubers that you like to watch, Instagrammers that you like to follow. You know, that's just what you've gotta do, is surround yourself with people that are like-minded. And that's just the tea. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I've talked enough for like 18 minutes. You guys can do it. At the end of the day, I believe in you. You have the power within you to get to the place that you want to be. And you're gonna find so much strength during this journey. You're gonna find so much love and confidence in yourself throughout this journey. And you're gonna see your body truly transform in a way that you've always wanted it to be. I know for me, I've never looked this good in my entire life, and that itself is motivation to keep going with my goals and go ham, okay? So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in my next one very soon.